Is your website or online business at risk of being stripped, stolen, sued, or shut down? The point here is not to scare you, it's to give you a reality check. You might be asking yourself, how could your business be at risk? Well, many online companies gamble by cutting and pasting legal documents from the internet into their websites. The problem is, such documents are often incomplete, and the holes in them can become drains through which your company's money bleeds out, or worse yet, your company caves in altogether. Don't wait until legal action is taken against your company or your bank accounts. Then it'll be too late. Dear business owner, my name is Gary Guttenberg, attorney at law and founder of HowToAgreements.com. Before graduating law school, I already started advocating and fighting for people's rights by filing and settling a class action lawsuit affecting thousands of students at UC Berkeley in California, where I studied. The students didn't know their rights and I helped them. This is what I want to do for you. As an attorney, I've helped companies settle disputes with market-leading companies, even against Fortune 100 and Fortune 500 companies in the United States. I understand the pain and the costs associated with disputes. Don't trivialize the risks and the costs of being dragged into court or facing governmental actions. You must take reasonable steps to avoid getting caught up in expensive legal disputes and governmental actions. Your website and your online business are virtual storefronts. They're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for all visitors from anywhere around the globe. If you had a physical store, would you abandon the store with the doors unlocked and give a big open sign outside inviting people in, expecting every person to respect your rights and not steal from you? I doubt it. Well, that's what you're doing if your website and your online business are live without basic protections. Aside from settling disputes, I'm an international business lawyer with professional legal experience from working in the United States and Europe during the past 15 years. My clients may be just like your company, engaging in international business and using the internet to further cross-border business interests and transactions. The rules and regulations surrounding e-commerce can be complex. Thus, you have to ask yourself honestly the following questions regarding your e-commerce business or your website business. How protected is your business? In my mind, there's 4 categories of protection. The first I refer to as no protection, the second as unknown protection, the third basic protection, and the fourth full protection. Let me recap. By no protection, I mean you're not using any legal documents on your site. By unknown protection, I mean you've cut and pasted legal documents from another site, so therefore your level of protection is unknown to you. Basic protection, using documents that are generic to some extent but have been produced by a lawyer. They're qualified legal documents. And the fourth and final level of protection that I referred to was full protection. This means you've hired a lawyer to draft specifically what you need for your specific case. Now, if your website protection falls within the categories of no protection or unknown protection, it's quite clear your website is currently exposing your online business to risks, some of which are as follows: governmental actions, theft of your business concepts, visitor claims, customer lawsuits, misuse of your graphics and your website content, and infringement of your logos, trademarks, and even your copyrights. Thus, you need to protect your business, and you need to do so immediately. My guess is that you can't afford or don't want to pay the thousands of dollars necessary for that level 4 protection, what I refer to as full protection. Hiring a qualified attorney to draft customized versions of all of the legal documents and to approve of all of your website content. Otherwise, if you could afford that, you probably wouldn't be reading this information. Now, if you don't want to spend so much money, the basic level of protection is perfect for you. I've produced a website legal document package which you can purchase and freely use on your company website to better safeguard your business and your money. While I am an attorney, we must understand that I have not been specifically hired by you to provide legal services with regard to your particular business. Anything you buy here is similar to buying a book at a bookstore, which has been authored by a lawyer. You could hardly sue such an author, and therefore you can't sue me for what is being sold here, although I do offer a money-back guarantee explained below. This is important for me to clarify and for you to understand, and that's why I'm explaining it to you. In this same manner, you need to explain to your customers what you are doing and explain specifically what you are not doing with regard to each and every one of your online customers and visitors. But first things first. From the moment your website goes live, your business, and in some cases even your personal assets, become exposed to governmental oversight and consumer responsibility. Understand this. If you have any websites hosted in or viewed by people in the United States, you should have a plan for complying with U.S. laws. Further, you will likely have to be compliant with laws in your own jurisdiction. With this said, U.S. laws are frequently known to be some of the strictest and most aggressive laws in the world, and it's therefore, given the global exposure of your website, often wise to ensure your website is compliant with U.S. laws. If you're unclear about the reach of U.S. governmental agencies, the reach can extend across the world, including without limitation the regulatory arms of the Federal Trade Commission, the Internal Revenue Service, and even the Securities and Exchange Commission. Such agencies are not scared to cross your country's borders to enforce laws against you. As you know, the meaning of a border has become forever altered by our modern technical age. Just as you use your website to make your business offerings available to potential customers around the world, your website makes your online business globally visible and globally exposed to unsavory visitors looking to steal or strip your business, to take your trademarks, logos, copyrights, or content for their own personal use, as well as regulators looking to enforce their laws against you. If you can't answer these questions and many more about your online business, you're not alone, and your business is not secure. How must online visitors' personal information be legally handled? What notices must online visitors be given? How can I legally communicate online with customers? Are online visitors able to freely use my trademarks, logos, copyrights, and website content? How much money damages can a visitor or customer get from me? What country's laws would even apply to a dispute if I had one? Is my website DCMA compliant? DCMA referring to Digital Credit Monitoring and Administration. Is my website FTC compliant? FTC referring to the Federal Trade Commission. Am I operating my business lawfully? The point here is, don't have a false sense of security. What if the worst case scenario happened to you? Or not even the worst case scenario? What if a particular claim or a governmental action happened to you? Many online business owners share the same core concerns of having their business concepts copied outright, being sued, or making a mistake causing governmental legal action to be taken against the business. Could you afford to pay tens of thousands of dollars in attorney's fees, customer damages, court fees, and fines? Worse yet, could you afford to lose your business entirely? While such risks may seem unlikely, why put your online business at the mercy of every single visitor to the site? It only takes one claim to cause thousands of dollars in damages. If you've cut and pasted legal documents or other content such as a privacy policy, terms and conditions, disclaimers, DMC or FTC compliance, etc. from other websites, you may be committing copyright infringement yourself and doing so against other website owners, and it would be hypocritical and perhaps impossible to successfully use stolen copyrightable materials to enforce your own copyright protection pursuits. Further, there's the ethical issue. Why steal when there's an affordable solution available from my company, howtoagreements.com? What is more, if you've cut and pasted legal documents from other websites, you have to honestly ask yourself if you know what these legal documents contain. Do you know if the authors of such documents are lawyers, software developers, or even scammers? Most people have no clue what these documents mean or who produced them, but still just cut them from a website and paste them into their own. This is like opening your door to an escaped prisoner and asking him to babysit the kids. Ignorance may feel like bliss until someone tests your legal documents by suing you. Then it will be too late. This is reckless and irresponsible, but many online business owners justify doing this by saying, an attorney would cost me $5,000 to $10,000 to draft these documents, and that such fees are simply too high to pay. With this said, if you speak to an attorney, the attorney right away will explain an unprotected online business is a sitting duck, with every single visitor to the site being a potential claimant that can pull the trigger at any time and pose legal problems costing you thousands and thousands of dollars. Why put your business at the mercy of every stranger visiting the site? You yourself and your company are legally accountable for your policies and your disclaimers. You're going to be responsible for everything you promise to do and what you say you won't do. Further, you'll be responsible for following what the many applicable and complicated laws say you have to do or you can't do. You can never defend yourself by saying, "But I didn't know that." Ignorance is no defense. One upset website visitor or customer and your legal documents will be put to the test. Are you prepared for that? If your documents are not the real deal, you can be in real trouble. You wouldn't trust a stranger, as I said before, walking down the street to defend your legal rights or your children's rights. Would you? Well, that's essentially what you'd be doing, and that's essentially what you are doing if you have cut and paste legal documents on your website. Judges and juries will not be sympathetic if you explain you were using forms you pirated from someone else's website to protect your own website. Governments are watching. Are you compliant? Federal Trade Commission fines can be astronomical. As an example, on August 9th, 2012, the Federal Trade Commission released a settlement press release explaining that Google was going to have to pay a $22 million settlement due to violating internet users' privacy rights. If Google had to suffer such a massive penalty for failing to handle privacy rights properly, how do you think Google's going to rank your site on its search engines if you don't have an appropriate privacy policy in place? Well, now, let me tell you, there's a way to have real deal legal disclaimers and policies on your website for a really good price. Introducing howtoagreements.com and our website legal document package. The website legal documents include an anti-spam policy, a privacy policy, disclaimers, terms and conditions, FTC compliance, again, that's Federal Trade Commission, a copyright notice, DMC compliance, again, this refers to Digital Millennium Copyright Act, social media disclosure, UCITA compliance, this is UCITA referring to Uniform Computer Information Transactions Act, and finally, a UNCTRAL disclaimer. This has recently been added, and UNCTRAL, as crazy as it sounds, refers to the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law. So as you can understand, there's a lot of laws here with a lot of complicated names, and their content doesn't get any easier, but I can simplify that process for you. So if you take care of all this and you have all these inclusions on your site, hopefully you also have a good night's sleep. Click the button below to get the complete legal package today. After placing your order, you'll get access to the complete legal package. The regular price, $177. However, for a limited time only, $67. All payments are processed securely on our encrypted website. We provide you with all of the documents you need in just minutes. The clock is ticking. With each tick of the clock, new visitors and new customers may be entering your site. The visitors can be customers, prospects, regulators, scammers, etc. Each visitor carries potential risks and potential opportunities into your business and into your world. Why not capitalize on the opportunities and manage the risks? For a limited time only, again, $67. I'd like to also explain that there is a money-back guarantee, a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Your investment is 100% secure. Try out the legal documents package for 60 calendar days with zero risk on your part. If you feel the documents are materially deficient in any way, just contact us and permanently delete the documents from your website. No questions, no hassle. I'd like to also address very quickly two frequently asked questions that come up. The first is, do you have to install anything on your computer to use these legal documents? The answer is, the website legal agreements document package is provided in PDF form. Thus, provided your computer, like most are today, can open and read PDF forms, and your website can display such forms, you will not need any additional downloads. With this said, to the extent any such downloads may be required, this will be your responsibility. Finally, all major web browsers support our service, including Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, etc. The second question, will I receive legal services? Well, I want to be very clear here again, legal information is not legal advice. This site and its offerings provide information about the law, designed to help inform users about managing legal needs in a responsible way. With this said, it's crucial to understand that legal information, again, is not the same as legal advice. The retention of a lawyer, that's when legal services are provided. Hiring a lawyer. for the application of the law to a client's specific circumstances. That's not the case here. Although we aspire to ensure our information is accurate, current, and useful, we recommend you consult a lawyer for your specific situation and needs if you want professional assurance that our information and your interpretation of it is correct and appropriate to your particular situation. The documents here are offered at a very affordable price, and such price operates as a tremendous benefit to every customer of ours. In pricing our materials, therefore, we have imposed and you have accepted that the materials are provided as is, without any warranty of any kind, and we thereby disclaim without limitation the implied warranties of merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose. So, in closing, what are you waiting for? The regular price is $177. However, now we're offering this to you for a limited time only, for only $67. All payments are processed securely on our SSL encrypted website. Thank you so much for listening.